Solidarity, comrades. Today I am going to talk about the topic of the Guangzhou Uprising and how it inspired not only the first socialist Soviet in China, but also created mass support for the communist revolution, future communist revolutions in China. It was the spark that began the communist revolution within China. The Guangzhou Uprising took place in late 1927, led by the communist political leaders of the time. The leaders of the Chinese Communist Party in Guangzhou at the time were people by the names of Ye Ting, Ye Jiangying, and Zhu Jiangxi-Fujian. Sorry for my pronunciation. I am horrible at pronouncing Chinese. You can forgive me for that. The communists were able to take the city of Guangzhou through the element of surprise against the KMT, the nationalists, and that were the leaders of the Republic of China, pre-People's Republic of China at the time. Ultimately, the communists were not prepared to hold the city and maintain their position of power within Guangzhou. Many historians have ended up calling this short period of power where the communists held power in Guangzhou the Guangzhou Commune, alluding to the Paris Commune of 1871 in its similarities of unprepared workers and socialists taking control of the city, and also inspiring future socialists, including inspiring future socialists like, in the case of the Guangzhou Uprising, Mao Zedong, and in the case of the Paris Commune, people like Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin and people like that. Like the Paris Commune, the Guangzhou Uprising had a massive impact on revolutionary fervor within China. It inspired many other communist uprisings, and 22 years later, after the Guangzhou Uprising, the People's Republic of China was founded. So that shows how important that the Guangzhou Uprising was to inspiring communists within China. The Guangzhou Uprising could be considered the spark that helped to lead to the communist success in China. This leads me to my next topic, of the Jiangxi-Fujian Soviet. This is the first official socialist state established within China. It was established by Mao Zedong and Zhu De in the Civil War era of 1931. It was short-lived, but it was the very first socialist state within China, which is a very interesting fact that not a lot of people know about. Unfortunately, the nationalists, the KMT, were able to overrun this first socialist state in China by 1934, and this led to the infamous or famous Long March of Mao Zedong and the Chinese Workers and Peasants Red Army, where they had to go on the Long March to escape and survive. Despite the failure of the Jiangxi-Fujian Soviet, this brought about the advent of the Mao Zedong's protracted People's War. It was developed by his military genius, and without this, I don't think there would have been any success during the Chinese Revolution. And as history goes, the tactics of Mao Zedong and his competent commanders and revolutionary soldiers, they found success in creating an independent People's Republic of China. They smashed the nationalist KMT, Kuomintang, and they destroyed the Japanese imperialists. They absolutely succeeded beyond anyone's expectations. I thought this was an interesting history to share with you, for those not too familiar with the Guangzhou Uprising and what it inspired among the Chinese masses. And I truly think that it's an important lesson for us to learn in future endeavors, in future socialist revolutions. And that's what I wanted to share with you today, a little history lesson for those who aren't too familiar. Thank you for watching. Any comments below, any suggestions or criticisms, please leave it in the comments below. And thank you. Solidarity, comrades.